Hello my foresty friends, it's been some time, hasn't it? A year ago I made a video where I answered a question thread on Twitter as a way to introduce myself and present some personal trivia. Now that I'm semi-rebranding and I've grown a little bit as a person, I hope, I wanted to retry this format to see how much I've changed in a way. The thread has been made by In&Love on Twitter, and I didn't find a card or a DNI list, and she doesn't have message requests open, so I'm just going to assume she'll be okay with me making this video. If she isn't, well, my Instagram DMs are open. We can discuss this. Without further ado, random question thread for when you're bored. Quote retweet with answers. Plus feel free to skip any if you want. You can't really quote retweet a tweet with a whole video, but I am going to skip some questions in this thread, mainly because some of the questions were really hard to answer and I didn't know how I should answer them, and also because the information is none of your business. Number 1. First of all, what's your name? Hello, my name is Autumn. I previously went by Autumn Sun, but now I go by Autumn S Eclipse. But most people just call me Autumn. You can also call me Eclipse if you want to be fancy about it. Number 2, pronouns? I'm very cis. I am so sorry.
I'm very cis.
She, her, he, him. Number 3, what were you doing before answering this thread? I was busy banging your mom. I was eating. Number 4, what's another name you wouldn't mind going by? Again, I mostly get referred to as Autumn, and now it's Autumn Eclipse, but if you want to call me by Autumn Sun, I wouldn't mind either. Number 6, do you really think personalities can be classified into types, such as MBTI or Enneagram, etc.? Ooh, this is where we're getting into the juicy stuff. No. I have friends that use and analyze that sort of stuff, and I definitely see the appeal, but I've always believed that human experiences are on a spectrum. We have labels, and there's always a reason why those labels exist, but when it comes to something as abstract and interchangeable as personality and the way we act with other people and ourselves, it gets a bit murky. Also, the MBTI tests have an history, so I'm a bit uncomfortable with that kind of thing. But again, I see the appeal and totally understand why people are attracted to this sort of stuff. I just think that humans are a bit more nuanced and complicated than this person is hardworking and rational. Totally support the fictional character MBTI list, though those are funny. Number 7, how often do you cry? Are you comfortable crying in front of others? I cry whenever I want to, and I do it to whoever is in front of me, which my friends only consider to be a minor inconvenience, so that's nice of them. Number 8, how often do you genuinely get angry? How do you vent out that anger? It kind of depends on what kind of angry you're talking about. If I'm angry because of something really minor, like, I don't know, stubbing my toe, I just kind of deal with it by eating toast. But if you mean like the kind of anger where it's affecting the way I interact with people and just kind of just overall souring the entire day, then I kind of just have to cut myself off from the people around me for a bit. I get angry quite easily actually, though I have been trying to get better, so I've kind of adapted ways to ensure that I don't end up letting it out on others that don't deserve it. I calm myself down by listening to a bunch of loud music and run around for a bit. That or I eat toast. Number 9, tell me a random trivia fact you know, smiley face. The vitreous body, that's the water making up the eyeball, is made up of 98% of water, while the ocean water is made up of 96.5% of water. So, our eyeballs are more water than the ocean. Very nifty. Number 10, what's a piece of advice you'll never forget? It's actually quite a bit. I'm surrounded by a lot of nice and knowledgeable people, thankfully, but if I had to pick one I regularly follow, it's recognizing and acknowledging different kinds of people is one thing, but actually communicating with and understanding them is a whole different ballpark. I think about it a lot when I see people arguing primarily due to a breakdown in communication. The other advice I follow is from a particular green man: you miss all the shots you don't take, which is why I'm currently investing in a $2,000 hunting rifle to deal with the wild pigs behind my house myself. Thank you, content creators, for being such good #influencers. Number 11, do you feel satisfied where you are in life? Do you wish for change or do you fear change? I guess all humans crave but also fear change in a way. I'm currently experiencing some major changes in my life, and while I'm happy to break out of the stagnation of my previous life, when you change, your problems also change. Previously I had a lot of problems, but there were problems that I was able to deal with and have learned to overcome. But now the problems are changing, and I have no idea how to cope with it. But it's fine. I'm trying and I'm getting better. Number 12. Do you have any regrets? If so, what is your biggest regret? I haven't lived that long enough to have any major regrets I want to change. I've kind of accepted I did a lot of bad things in the past and I will continue to make mistakes. All I can do is do my best and to make sure it doesn't get worse and pay back whatever compensation that any parties would ask for. Number 13. On the other hand, what's something you'll never regret doing? Joining a Me Now. There's a whole story and maybe I'll make a video about it one day, but that was when my character arc started, man. Number 14. What's the hardest thing you've done today? Surprisingly, waking up today. It's been like that for a few days now, but yeah. Number 15. What's the best thing you've done today? Waking up. Always. Number 16. How long has your relationship lasted so far? / how long did your most recent relationship last? I have never been in a romantic relationship, so I don't really have much reference. I'm still very single. Number 17. What has been your longest friendship? Tag them if you're still friends. I don't mean to flex, but I had a childhood best friend that lasted me 5 to 6 years, and we're still friends to this day. We aren't as close as we used to be, but we still talk to each other, so that's something. My current active friend group have people that I've known for about 4 years now, though, so that's something else. Number 18. What's a talent you wish you had? Singing and or playing an instrument to make songs. Number 19. What's a controversial opinion you have? Don't fight each other, please, thanks. My most controversial opinion is that I think people that center their personalities around giving controversial opinions are... Well, I don't think they're bad people, just kinda unfun to be around. To me, it's the same level as people that proudly proclaim that they're just mean. It's as if it's like a good thing. I'm not into that. I prefer nicer people. Number 20. Describe yourself using only one word. Frick, I don't like being put on the spot like this. A leaf. Number 21. How many languages can you speak? What languages would you like to learn? I speak 2 languages, English and Bahasa Melayu. And like every other weeb, I'd like to learn Japanese. Number 22. Your number 1 goal in life? In terms of social media, getting 1 mil on my YouTube channel. In terms of personal achievements, I'd like to travel internationally and be able to pay for all the expenses myself. Just all on my own. Number 23. Are you usually the speaker or the listener? If something interesting happens to me or if I have something interesting to talk about, I'm the speaker, but most of the time I'm the listener. Number 24. What's something you've always wanted to say to someone you love or appreciate? If I have something I want to say to someone I love, I just tell them, but it's usually along the lines of I love you. Number 25. What's something you've always wanted to say to someone you hate or dislike? If you're able to make me dislike you, I'd rather pretend you ceased existing after the fallout, so I'd honestly have nothing to say to you. But sometimes I like to say, I hope you get help and be okay after this. Number 26. Do you think you trust too little or trust too much? I trust too much, most definitely. My friends have always said I trust people way too quickly. I've gotten in bad situations before because of it, but it didn't change my way of trusting people at all, which can be a problem, but so far it's okay. Number 27. What was the best year of your life and why? This year, 2022, it's the year I live my life, baby! Number 28. What was the worst year of your life and why? I guess 2020? Maybe, not just because of the pandemic, but also because I was experiencing a lot of personal grievances that caused me to go into many, we'll just call them spirals. Number 29. Have you ever been in a long-distance relationship? If not, do you think you could handle one? I've been in long-distance friendships, I've been in long-distance with my family at some point. If I had to be in a long-distance relationship, I'd probably be able to handle it. I can't imagine it being the same thing. Oof. Number 31. Thoughts on marriage? Pretty PogChamp. Number 34. What is your definition of romantic love? The difference between romantic and platonic love is abstract and hard to pinpoint, and I feel like it depends on every person. For me, I define romantic love as an emotional requirement for a side of me that I feel is different from the side of me platonic love. Number 35. Have you accomplished any of your childhood dreams, or did you end up on a completely different path? My dreams from childhood and until now have kind of always remained the same, just different versions. I want to draw for a living, that's all I've ever wanted to do. Number 36. Would you rather know when you will die or how you will die? Is it better or worse than not knowing at all? I'd honestly rather live in ignorant bliss, thank you very much. If I did end up knowing either of those things, I wouldn't really do much about it. I guess I would tell my loved ones, but that's about it. Number 39. How often are you on social media? Too often. Next. Number 40. Recommend me a fun or useful app to download. Arc Knights or Catboard, but that one has ads. Number 41. Do you think the way you present yourself online differs from how you present yourself in real life? Baby, every me is me, just different sides. I am both the mask and the wearer. Dreams mask. Number 42. Do you often think of the past, the future, or do you tend to live in the present? I live in the present, I plan for the future, and I reminisce about the past. Number 43. How important is wealth to you? I think having an enough amount of wealth to live comfortably is important, for me at least. But I wouldn't really know what to do if I had an excess amount of wealth, you know? Like if you gave me infinite amount of money tomorrow, I wouldn't know what to do with it. Number 44. Do you believe in extraterrestrial life? If so, why do you think we haven't seen any yet? I can believe that aliens are real, but I think why we haven't met any is because they aren't as technologically advanced as we are, so they can't meet us. And the ones that are technically advanced just don't think it's resourcefully worth it to contact us. Did you hear that car honk? This is my personal message to any aliens watching. Please talk to us. You guys seem really cool. Number 46. Do you believe in an eye for an eye? Personally, I don't think it's something that I practice. Again, if you wronged me, I would rather pretend you didn't exist. At most, I'd hope that they get help. This isn't me being like, oh, I'm just so nice, I'm so kind. No. I am very much a bitter and vengeful person. I just think I'd rather use my energy for different things. Number 47. Would you rather stop, rewind, or fast forward time? Assuming that you don't age while doing so. I feel like if I had that kind of power, I would abuse it to hell and back. So I'd rather not have any of that kind of, magical power thing. Great power comes with great responsibility, and I don't like responsibility. Number 50. Do you make promises often? Are you good at keeping them? No, I don't make promises often, and people don't really ask me to anyways, but I try to uphold any promises I do take up. I also have a deathly fear of promises and debt, so, that's a thing. Number 52. What's something you wish you had? To what lengths would you go through to obtain it? I don't have anything I want too bad right now. I'm pretty content. Number 53. Do you get jealous easily? What are you jealous of? I do get jealous, like every other human being, but I decided to never invest energy in that kind of emotion ever again. Number 55. What's a random thing you find attractive about a person? Physically speaking, a deep voice. Personality speaking, somebody who is super passionate about what they like, as long as what they like isn't harmful to other people. Number 56. What's a personality trait that you don't find attractive? Hot take, but rude and rough people are really unfun to be around. Number 57. Are you a thrill seeker or are you more of a cautious person? I thought I was a balance of both, but every thrilling activity I do proves to me that I am a scaredy cat and would rather eat chocolate cake than causing my heart to stop in a roller coaster of death. Number 62. What's something you wish you learned more about in school? I hate school, but I wish I learned more about cooking. It's neat, and I wish I could do it better. Number 63. What's something that you feel like everyone else except you has experienced at your age? Drinking, smoking, dating. My parents were really strict and sheltered me a lot. Number 64. What's a law that you disagree with? The one I can't criticize without getting arrested. Number 65. Have you broken any laws before? If not, what's one you think you'd break realistically? I just did. Number 67. Who in your life has influenced you the most? The very first YouTuber I ever watched, Sugar Conroy. My 10-year-old self's entire personality and sense of humor was shaped by him. Number 68. Do you believe in love at first sight? If you include attraction as love, then yeah, sure. If not, then no, I don't think it's possible. Number 70. How do you show appreciation? Do you find it difficult to do sometimes? I personally find words to be not enough for me to express how much I appreciate someone, so I much prefer to do it via acts of service or gifts, because free things are really PogChamp, you know? Number 71, would you say you're in control of your emotions? No, absolutely not. Number 72, what's your favorite word? This might get some of you groaning in the audience, but I like the word love. It's a good word. It's nice, really PogChamp word. That whoever made that word, you know, like they deserve all the awards, you know. Number 73, what's a word you just like saying out loud? I love you. It's more of like a phrase than a word, but it counts. Number 78, do you hold grudges for long? Oh yes, extremely. Again, I'm a very bitter and vengeful person. Number 79, would you say you have a vivid imagination? How often are you in your thoughts every day? Oh yes, extremely. It's gotten to a point where if I imagine myself getting hurt physically or mentally, I actually feel it. And yeah, I do get into my thoughts very often. Number 83, do you lose interest in things quickly? No. I am loyal and also maybe mentally ill. Number 84, what's something you had believed in for a long time only to find out it wasn't true? I thought rainbows were always arcs. I didn't know they were actually circles this entire time. I didn't know light worked that way. Number 86, what's a bad habit you like to break? Swearing. I do it too much to the point where it's getting unpleasant. Number 88, have you ever taken a break from social media? Would you do it again? Yes and yes. Number 89, do you wish you were younger, older, or are you happy at your current age? I'm happy with my current age. I'm doing a lot of things, but not too much at the same time. It's pretty great. Number 94, what or who is your profile picture? And why did you choose it? It is me. And I use it cause he's me. Number 95, do you like pet names? What's one that you'd like used on you? Yeah, I like being called baby and babe. Not about you guys though, we aren't that close. Number 96, any New Year's resolutions? If you're doing this thread later in the year, have you fulfilled or kept to any of them yet? Who's to say? Only the future may tell. Number 97, generally, where do you see yourself in 5 years? 10 years? I think about this a lot, and you know, it brings a sense of anxiety, I guess, you know, thinking about the future, as I feel like it does to everyone else, right? And I could list out all of my hopes and dreams that I'm essentially gambling on for the future and stuff. But long story short, I can see myself living, at least. And hopefully I'm doing it happily, as I would also hope for other people to be able to experience the same. So yeah. Number 100, are you a confrontational person? Sure, fight me behind a Walmart. Let's go. So cool! That's all the questions. That was fun. This took a really long time. It was probably a bad idea to answer around 100 questions, if I'm going to be honest. You know, hindsight's 2020. But yeah, it's finished now. Again, I skipped a few questions because I didn't really know how to answer, and also because the information is none of your business. But yeah, I hope I can keep making videos like these. I have a lot planned, so I hope you can be patient with me. If you want more stuff from me, you can follow me on my socials that I link down below. You know, all that media stuff. Do the things that YouTubers ask you to do. And if you like the art I drew here, you can commission me. Yeah, I should start advertising my commissions more. You can commission me. I use Boost and PayPal for payments. That's all. Stay safe, my foresty friends.